Hi everybody, good evening.
Hey guys.
Welcome to our free Facebook Live event this evening. We're also live on Instagram tonight, so we're really excited about this. I'm Teresa, and this is Mark Anthony, and we're here to offer you guidance, inspiration and motivation to help you along your journey, your spiritual journey, and to assist you in any aspect of your life. So this is an opportunity for you to be able to ask these questions and receive group healing, healing downloads, and at the end we'll also do a meditation where we can send healing to across the planet. So we're really quite excited about that, and to anyone who requires healing at this moment. So, hand it over to you, Mark.
Yeah, hey guys.
I'm not sure which camera to be looking at here. Is that the Facebook one? So
just look in the middle.
Okay, I'm looking at the middle.
You'll be right. You'll be right. It's all perfect.
Excellent.
So, yeah, look, it's really cool to be able to share this time with you guys. We're still in lockdown here in Sydney. Doesn't look like it's ever going to end, but it is what it is, and things will sort themselves out in the right way soon enough, I believe. And it's just awesome to be able to share this time, because a lot of people are experiencing some really difficult times at the moment. Other people are having their best times ever, but at the end of the day it just comes down to the personal experience that you're having and allowing yourself to make it or make a change so that you can experience joy and happiness regardless of what the external circumstances are. And it's really about resetting your mind, resetting your comfort zones, and allowing yourself to create success, so that if this sort of thing ever does happen again, then you're going to be pandemic proof or recession proof, whichever way you choose to look at that. But at the end of the day, it's all about allowing yourself to reset things and allowing yourself to get refocused and consciously create your life from this point forward.
Absolutely. So
yeah,
it's fantastic, and really looking at having this opportunity. If there's so much that's coming up for you, this is an opportunity to really start using your tools, your Theta Healing tools.
Black screen.
Okay, who can't see us? Where are you?
Trish.
Okay, it must have something to do with her terminal, her screen perhaps. So can everybody else see us? They can put a thumbs up. Excellent. Yeah. So maybe just try a different device, Trish. So it's an opportunity for you to be able to work on your stuff and really allow the changes to come from within. So if you want to see changes on the outside, we need to work on the inside. So our first question to get started on is from, let me have a look, it's from Molly. So she's struggling with the meditation, Theta Healing meditation, and unsure whether she's really at the seventh plane and connected to the Creator. So she's wondering if you could please help her download a macro or something so that every time she says Creator of all that is, that she's automatically connected to the Creator, the seventh plane, to confidently perform her own healings, please. So yeah.
Look, it's really simple when it comes to connecting with the Creator. In the Theta Healing technique, for those of you that aren't Theta healers, we do have a roadmap. It's like a simple meditation where you go through all these white lights. You go through a golden light, then through some jelly, and then into a pearl iridescent white light, which is the all that is energy of creation. And basically, that roadmap allows you to bypass all your belief systems, so it makes sure you get there. So really, for a lot of people, it can be difficult when they're starting out, to be sure of whether they're actually getting there or not, because if you look at it from a brainwave perspective, the theta brainwave is accessing that all that is energy. It's accessing the energy of creation, and the theta brainwave borders on the alpha wave, which is the brainwave that you go into when you're doing a visualization. So if you've seen yourself walking along the beach, for example, so if you're going into that sort of meditation, that visualization, that's the top of an alpha, or the deeper part of an alpha state. If you're going into the deepest part of a theta state, you're going into the delta brainwave, which is the brainwave that you go into when you're in a deep sleep. And so anywhere between those two places is basically a theta brainwave. So you could be in a theta brainwave thinking, am I really there, or am I just making this up? or you could be, you know, going into a theta brainwave and you're feeling yourself nodding off, you're falling asleep. So anywhere between there is like a theta brainwave. So really, for starting out, it's just about allowing yourself to trust that your intention is enough. Know that, you know, when you are making a command or, you know, doing some sort of healing work, that your intention is really clear, that it's coming from the seventh plane. And just allow yourself to relax and trust that you are getting there. Whether you feel it or not, don't worry about it. Just allow yourself to relax and allow yourself to trust that it's coming in, right? That you're getting there. So, you know, I've had students in the past, like, you know, just seeing themselves going into an elevator and pressing like level 7. And, you know, whatever works for you, but like you can just make the command, Creator, it's commanded to take me to the 7th plane. So just keep it really simple, but the key is your intention.
Okay, excellent. Did you want to do any healing downloads around that? Or will I read the next
So
question?
can we just download that you know what it feels like to access a theta brainwave, that you know how to trust that you're accessing a theta brainwave, and that it's safe and possible for you to speak with the Creator, that you know how to allow yourself to trust the process and to trust the answers that are coming to you, that it's safe and possible for you to receive clear messages from the Creator and to receive clear guidance as well. So let's just download all of those. Okay, cool. So what's next?
Okay, so our next question is from Judette. So she's finding herself stressed out in recent weeks. There is a day when she just cries like a baby. Would love your insight for the main cause. Is it her work? Is it 1.5 years now that she couldn't go back to Hungary? Is it that her mum and her sister are both dealing with cancer that started in the colon? Well, there's a lot there. My dad passed away 27 years ago because of colon cancer, or is it something else that I can't even see? Last year, this time, I was doing the World Relations course at your centre. I missed that face-to-face evolving opportunities. Keep safe. Thanks heaps.
Okay, cool. So look, you know,
That's a lot.
regardless of, you know, like if you take yourself out of the current situation of what's happening with COVID and, you know, all the restrictions and everything else that's going on, I mean, there's a hell of a lot happening in your life at the moment. So, you know, being sad is not really a bad thing there. It's nothing wrong with that. I guess it just shows that you care about, you know, what's happening in your life. But the key thing that we want to be doing there is letting go of taking on anybody else's sadness. So the thing is like what's happening with your sister, what's happening with your mother, like, you know, that can be sad, you know, and it can take its toll on you as a person emotionally. But as what we want to make sure of is that you're not taking on everybody else's sadness as well, because there's so much happening on the planet at the moment. There's so many people struggling, so many people experiencing, you know, painful sadness. Let's just teach you how to recognize the difference between your sadness and other people's sadness.
Okay, we're back on.
Yeah. So what we want to do there as well is teach you, what was it?
To not take on other people's sadness, to ensure that she's impervious to
Yeah,
other
so that
people's
you know the difference between your sadness and other people's sadness. And let's just release any obligations, any oaths, vows, or contracts that you have to take on other people's sadness, that it's safe to disconnect from other people's sadness and knowing who you are without that. Okay, and let's just teach you how to allow yourself to focus on the positives. Allow yourself to focus on, you know, how you desire things to be once we get out of all of this lockdown and whatever else is going on. So let's just download all of that.
And perhaps discernment on all her situation at the moment.
Yeah, so what I'd be more inclined to be doing is just knowing how to be positive about your mother and your sister's situation. Knowing how to trust the Creator to heal them, that it's safe and possible for the Creator to heal them, and, you know, that it's possible for you to believe that they will get better. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So what's next?
So the next question is from Lena. So let me just see this. My question is the definition of Creator's power, strength. I downloaded it and have been shown otherwise. It could be misunderstood with authority and restrictions to others, money, physically strong, etc. in the 3D world. And I really don't wish to see or feel the opposite cases to understand the true power. I tend to lean in on authority, who is more successful, experienced, confident, helpful, and so on, and give up part of my power, not to center in myself. So the decision or behavior is not my best as highest way. How can I change that? And then when I heal others, I subconsciously absorb their energy and start to behave their way. How can I change that? I've cleared genetic level, shaman healing, beliefs, etc. Lena, so if we can.
Yeah, cool. So it's important to understand that when you're asking for creator's definition of something, you're just basically asking for the understanding of that from, you know, the creator's definition. So understanding it the way the creator does, but doesn't mean you're going to experience it. So there must be something more that you've done there that it's allowing you to have that negative experience of power. So needing to see, you know, the negative experience of power, needing to, you know, have like, you know, that stress with authority and that sort of thing. So what we want to do is just give you discernment on power, knowing how to recognize your power, knowing that it's safe to step into your power and being able to do that in a loving and easy way, and knowing that it's safe for you to actually allow your power to grow on a daily basis, knowing how to allow you like to see yourself as strong and powerful, and that it's safe and possible to do that.
Okay, can I just interrupt? Okay, so the first question for Lena was, sorry, when I do body healings, I don't dare to tell people that they have a serious disease. I don't dare to see the truth of what's happening to the body because I assume that they won't believe it or may diagnose or will change their perception. That is not ethical. How can I improve my body health healing for me and others? I've learned intuitive anatomy. I think that was
Yeah,
part
of course.
That question, yeah.
Okay, so
very similar, so that's why there was confusion.
so what's
Sorry
the second
about that.
part of the question?
And then about her leaning.
Okay, so we're on the right track with the authority.
Yes,
so.
absolutely.
Okay, so just give you discernment on all of that authority, the power, right? And so with the other side of it, with the body scans, it is really important that as practitioners that it's illegal to actually diagnose something of some, you know, of a medical condition. So the fact that you're not telling people stuff, that's good. You don't tell people stuff. Like, you know, if I was working with somebody and I intuitively picked up, say, you know, cancer in the colon, because we've already mentioned that one tonight, then all I would do is just focus on the issues around colon. So what we're going to do is work on these issues. Let's work on the emotional attachment, and then you tell the person, you know, go to the doctors, get checked out. Like, you know, if you know, whatever diagnosis they give you, it allows us to be focused, and we can actually focus our attention, you know, specifically on the beliefs associated with whatever they pick up. So don't make it a stress, because, you know, at the end of the day, everything is easy to heal if it's just about allowing yourself to have that level of faith. But as a practitioner, it's not your job to be diagnosing anything. You know, that's a doctor's job, and that's why the doctors have access to all these different tests that they can get people to go to, so that they can have all the information there and be able to make that proper diagnosis. I mean, if you turned around and told somebody they got cancer and they didn't have it, then they could take that on board and believe you, and then create that cancer in their lives. So, you know, regardless, like, you know, even myself, like, you know, when I'm intuitively working with people, I would never tell somebody they've got, like, you know, that sort of thing. All I would do is just focus on the issues. Let's deal with the emotions here. And that's what our job is as healers. We're dealing with the emotional aspects of things. And so it's important that you have that clarity and you keep that focus, that you're there just to work on their belief systems, their emotional stuff. And when you deal with their emotional stuff, then all of a sudden the body can heal itself.
Okay.
So we'll just give you discernment on that. So letting go of needing to pressure yourself about having to diagnose people, about having to, you know, I understand every illness or what's going on with each person and their illnesses. So we'll just disconnect you from all of that. Okay, cool.
Okay, so I will read Sharon's question because it's kind of similar. So her question is the definition of creator's power, strength. I download it and have been shown otherwise. It could be misunderstood with authority and restriction to others, money, physically strong, etc. in the 3D world, and I really don't wish to see or feel the opposite cases to understand the true power.
You read that before.
And so this was Sharon's question. That's what I was saying. How do you explain it better of the true power? Thanks a lot.
Yeah, so, okay, so basically with power, it's about knowing, you know, that your power comes from within. Like, you're one with the Creator, so that is your power. The Creator is your power source. There is nothing that is outside of you. Everything comes from within, and it's really important to understand that our strength, that our power, that our abundance, all the positive aspects of life come from within. If you're feeling good about yourself, you allow yourself to step into that energy. You allow yourself to experience that positiveness, and all of a sudden, like, you know, life is transforming itself. So basically what's happening there is you know, you just being too hard on yourself. Allow yourself just to relax and allow yourself just to learn or recognize power in a loving and easy way. That it's safe and possible for you to understand power in a loving and easy way, and that you can understand power without it being a negative experience, and that you can allow yourself to believe in your own power and strength. So let's just download those things. Okay, cool. So what's next?
Okay, so the next question we have is from Valentina. She wants to know what you get when you tune into her Forex trading. I'm working on creating an algorithm so I can leave it running in the background. I have put 2 strategies together, but I would like to see better trading results. Do you pick any beliefs that are blocking me from achieving this?
Okay, so the biggest thing that I'm getting for you there is just like this feeling that you're comfortable at the moment. It's like it's like you're in like a real comfort zone at the moment. Like, you know, like it's just sort of, you've just sort of stepped into a comfort zone, and really it's almost like, you know, like if this comes through, if you get this algorithm working properly, then it's going to be like too exciting. And it's almost like you're at this point in your life at the moment, you don't want too much excitement. It's like you're just happy to just sort of allow that balance, like, you know, staying in that sort of comfort zone level. So what I want to do is just teach you that you can actually be comfortable, that you can allow yourself to accept and embrace positive change, that you can, you know, with everything that's going on in your life, you can allow yourself to have that positive growth without it making you uncomfortable, without it being, you know, a negative experience, knowing that it's safe and possible to allow wonderful things to happen for you, and that you can allow yourself to continue moving forward, and letting go of feeling like, you know, if you do create that sort of success in your life, then it's going to diminish the people around you, or it's going to devalue what they've done in their lives. So what I want to do is just teach you that you can actually allow yourself to grow on all levels, especially financially, without it being a negative experience for the people around you. That everybody can share in that positive experience, and they can all grow together with you. So let's just download all of those. Okay, cool.
Okay, so the next question is from Russia. So she'd like to address the issues that she's currently feeling. So she's feeling stressed most of the time, anxious about what her future holds. She wants to feel great, centered at peace. So there are also obstacles related to health issues, emotional causes, very limited opportunities around work, career, money, relationships, and education. She did an online Theta Healing session. Unfortunately, it was not great and did not get any results from it. I started to do meditation once and twice a day for almost a month now. I need some help here. What am I doing wrong?
Okay, so one of the key things at the moment is it just feels like there's so much going on for you at the moment. It's just like there's like a lot of overwhelm, and I think you're just picking up energetically on everybody else's stuff around you. So a lot of the stuff that you're dealing with is not actually yours. So what we want to do there is just give you discernment on what's yours and what's other people's. So having discernment on your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and allowing yourself to have the clarity on what's actually yours and what's other people's. And just knowing that you can disconnect from other people's problems, that you can be around people without needing to take on their problems or without needing to save those people. And the other thing that we want to do as well is just teach you how to trust that life is wonderful, that your life is a gift, right? And teach you what it feels like to know that that it's safe and possible for you to actually like have gratitude for the life that you're experiencing at the moment, knowing how to recognize what's truly important to you, and knowing that it's safe and possible for you to experience joy in every moment of your life, knowing what it feels like to allow yourself to recognize all the positive things that are happening in your life, knowing how to recognize all the positive things that are happening around you, and knowing how to have gratitude for everything that is currently in your life right now, and knowing how to have gratitude for the life that you desire, that it's safe and possible for you to do that. So let's just download all of those things. Cool. Okay, what's next?
Okay, so the next question is from Donna. So at this point in time, she's an anti-vaxxer due to her personal health history and mostly the miscommunication. It actually feels like lies to her and deceit, but plus the fact that people are not being heard. Petitions are regularly going offline, so the community does have a chance to have their say. I am doing well in lockdown and filling my own cup.
Okay, let me just answer that one, right? Because yeah, just answer it as we're going. Okay, so so what we want to do is just have discernment on all the information that's coming in, because there is so much information at the moment, positive and negative. So whether you're an anti-vax or whether you're pro-vax, doesn't make a difference. At the end of the day, it's just about allowing yourself to be able to recognize the truth. So knowing how to allow yourself to see the truth, that it's safe and possible for you to see the truth, and knowing how to have discernment on all the information that's coming in, because the media is pushing one thing, the good government is pushing one thing, and then you've got all these other people on different angles that are pushing all other ideas as well. And so it's really important that you have discernment on all of it and that you're able to see the truth. And the other thing that I think is really important, that we allow the Creator to bring out the truth, the real truth of what's going on. So whether we should be vaccinating, whether we shouldn't be vaccinating, allowing the Creator to bring out the truth of it. And so the truth becomes, mainstream, and we're allowed to go back to our lives. And I guess, for me, the most important thing, because I'm not pro-vax, I'm not anti-vax, I'm pro free will and choice. That's what I believe in, is that we all deserve to have our own free will and choice. So if you choose to get vaccinated or if you choose not to, I believe that should be our rights and our choices. So at the end of the day, let's just allow that to come to fruition, that we actually have the freedom of choice with our own lives, with our own health, to choose whether we get vaccinated or we choose whether we don't. And just allowing that sort of discernment, allowing the government to recognize our freedoms, to recognize our rights as human beings, and that it's safe and possible to do that. So let's just download those. Cool. So what was the next one?
I'm doing well in lockdown and filling my own cup and enjoying the time, so this is not an issue. The triggers I'm experiencing is a push for the jab, with all the information available from other countries' successes not using experimental jabs and different approaches, and how we are being blindsided, and how our government and medical board are controlling and have engaged our doctors, media, and only working on fear-based advertisements and threats of continual lockdown.
Okay, so I think I've covered all of that.
Okay. Yeah. In addition, a friend of mine, a doctor, spent 5 days in hospital after the jab, and a family member lost their life. There appears to be mounting information advising the jab will kill or damage more lives than COVID. Much appreciate your input and healing. We're so lucky to have, So
let's just have discernment on all of that. So, I've heard negative stories about the jab as well. I've heard, I've also heard positive stories about it too. Like, people just didn't affect them, and they just kept moving on.
And it's protecting them. So it's all discernment at the end of the day. So
and look, it comes down to, you know, your own perception of the situation. It comes down to what's really your belief systems. If you believe something's going to kill you, it'll kill you. If you believe that, you know, it's going to be good for you, then happy days. And so it's just about making the right choice for yourself. And I think that's the key, is that we're able to have that free will and choice to, you know, make decisions based on our own health, and in regards to our own health, and, you know, to our children, and, you know, our parents, and the people around us, and that everybody has got that, you know, choice, the free will to be able to, you know, make the right decision for themselves. And so let's just download that, and just knowing that regardless of what choice you make, you are safe and protected, knowing that the Creator is keeping you safe and protected, that God always has your back, right? And just knowing that it's safe and possible for you to have faith in Creator for your health, that you can allow yourself to truly trust that the Creator will keep you safe and protected. Okay, so let's just download all of those.
Yeah, and cool. I think it's very important to have discernment on who you listen to, and go and seek advice from a professional that you trust. That's bottom line at the end of the day, and get your facts from professionals at the end of the day. So, yeah. Our next question is from Yasmin. So she has a question and issue since a year, and she hasn't been able to sleep well. I wake up multiple times every night. I sense or intuitively hear things that wake me up. It's very strange and disturbing. What causes this, and is there anything I can do? So 2 hours after this Q&A meeting, I have an interview for a work assignment. Can you send some positive energy as well?
Okay, sweet. Alright, so the first thing that I'd be doing there is, like, your awareness is open to, like, entities and stuff like that. And what I'm getting is there's like a vortex inside your house. So a vortex is like a you know, like a wormhole where, you know, like these negative spiritual energies can come into your room. And one of the important things to understand with vortexes is you can't just block them off, because if you just block it off, it's just like a volcano. It's going to end up erupting. So what we do with the vortex is we just move it outside to somewhere where it doesn't affect anybody. And so what we can do is we'll bless it as well, so just positive energy comes out of it, and we'll move it outside of your house to somewhere safe. So allow yourself to think of somewhere that you would like. So for all of you, like, if you feel like really weird energies in a particular room, so, you know, and especially, you know, you notice it more when you're asleep, right? But if you've got a particular room that you find it difficult to sleep in, then you probably find that you've actually got like a vortex in that room, and the energies are coming through there. So all you do is just move it, command to move it, and it really is a simple process. So if that is going on for you, then just allow yourself to identify a spot outside of your property that's, you know, not going to be harmful to anybody else, and just, we can move that vortex. So we'll do that for you, Yasmin. Okay, and the other thing that we'll do is we'll just send you unconditional love. So knowing what it feels like to have confidence in your abilities, knowing how to express yourself clearly to, you know, potential, you know, bosses or employers, knowing that it's safe and possible for you to allow yourself to experience you know, a really positive response from a potential employer, knowing what it feels like to be comfortable in an interview, and knowing how to allow yourself to make the most of your opportunities, knowing how to recognize a great opportunity, and just knowing that, you know, like, you're interviewing them at the same time to make sure whether that's the right role for you. So knowing how to have discernment on that, knowing how to make the right choices for your future, that it's safe and possible to do that. So let's just download those. Cool.
Okay, and our final question is from Adriana. So I work with a boss who I feel is targeting me. She's a bully, and I've been working on myself to understand why I allow her to treat me this way. I also find that when she questions my actions with customers, I fall into a state of anxiousness and stress out over what my response will be to her because she manipulates what I say. Maybe, are you able to sort her out? There you go.
Yeah, so it's not her free will. It's against her free will and choice for us to be working on her from here. So you cannot work on somebody else without their permission. But we can work on you. What we can do is teach you how to live without being victimized by her. Teach you how to live without allowing yourself to be victimized by people in authority. And that it's safe to let go, that it's safe to let go of, allowing people to bully you, to take advantage of you, to pressure you, to make you feel intimidated. So knowing what it feels like to stand in your power, knowing what it feels like to trust that the Creator is taking care of you, and that it's safe for you to actually express yourself in a strong and powerful way without conflict. So knowing that you can actually have strength, have inner strength, and allow yourself to be appreciated for that inner strength and recognized for that inner strength, and knowing that it's safe for you to make the right choices for yourself. So knowing when to stand up for yourself, when not to. But the other thing that we want to do is just teach you how to live without being victimized by other people. Teach you how to live without allowing yourself to be victimized. So knowing what it feels like to trust that you're amazing at what you do, knowing how to believe in your abilities, and knowing how to allow yourself to be recognized for all the positive things that you can do. So knowing that it's safe for you to receive recognition, to receive appreciation. Right, and that's one of the keys in life. Is so many people are afraid of recognition, or afraid of receiving praise. So if you think of the last time somebody paid you a compliment and told you, you did a wonderful job at this, most people are like, oh yeah, but you did it too, or thank you too. The thing is just allow yourself to accept that compliment. Just say thank you. And then you can recognize their part in that whole situation, but just allow yourself to receive the recognition for the good things that you do. Because when you show the universe that you are happy to receive, then you'll allow yourself to receive more. But as long as the universe is offering you things and you're pushing those things away, then what's going to happen is you're going to stop the abundant flow into your life. You're going to find that your abundance is limited because you're not open to receiving it. Receiving is really important. So what we want to do is teach you, give you Creator's perspective on receiving, knowing that you allow yourself to receive positive things. So whether it's compliments, whether it's recognition, whether it's financial abundance, whether it's love, that it's safe and possible for you to receive, accept, and keep those things. And that you're worthy and deserving of receiving, accepting, and keeping those things. And that you know what it feels like to be safe and protected in your work environment, knowing what it feels like to be respected for the work that you do, knowing what it feels like to be appreciated for the work that you do, and that you actually value yourself, the contribution that you make in your work, that you know what it feels like to positively contribute, not just to your employer, but for your own life and for all, your clients and everybody who's associated with your business, knowing how to allow yourself to provide a positive impact on the people around you, and that it's safe and possible to do that. Okay, and knowing what it feels like to trust that you can be safe and protected in the current work environment that you're in. So knowing that it's actually possible for your boss to be nice to you. So I'm just getting a bit of resistance there. So what we want to do is just teach you, give you discernment on that whole situation, that whole dynamic, and knowing how to change your expectation of your employer.
That's it. So that was nice, sweet and short. So we can do a group meditation and healing. to send to everybody that needs it right now, healing across the planet, to all our leaders, to all of those who might be suffering and struggling.
Okay, so if you just close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just allow your awareness to expand out past the universe, expanding through all those white lights, expanding through a golden light. This is the home of the Ascended Masters. And as you expand through that light, you'll come into a thick, watery-like substance like jelly. Has all the colors of the rainbow in it. You may see different shapes. This is the laws of the universe. And as you move through that, you'll come into a sparkly white light. It feels tingly on your body. It's a pearl iridescent white light. Feel every cell in your body one with that pure unconditional love. Okay, so now we make the command, Creator, it is requested to fill every cell of my body, my family, everybody watching this presentation, their families, anybody else that we're aware of that can do it some healing at this time. So especially like Judith's mother and her sister. Who was it that had me in the interview? The last one we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whoever had the interview tonight.
Oh yes, it's Yasmin.
Yasmin.
An interview for a work assignment.
Okay. So all of our politicians, all of our world leaders, that they're able to have discernment on this whole situation. They're able to recognize the truth of the whole situation, and they're able to make the right positive decisions for the people based on human rights as opposed to some other agenda. So if there's anyone else that you're aware of that can do some healing at this time, we'll send them unconditional love. So we'll send Ipu and Ian some healing as well. Okay, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. So now just allow yourself to witness that unconditional love coming in and filling every cell of your body. And then allow yourself to witness those other people that we mentioned and that you thought of. So remember, you can't force it on them, but just allow yourself to witness if they're taking it in. It's great if they do, it's great if they don't. Okay, and then just take your awareness back up into that pearl iridescent white light. Take a deep breath in and open your eyes. Cool.
That concludes this evening. Yeah, thank you very, very much for joining us. Just quickly, for anyone who wants to know what's coming up, so a lot of our classes are going to go online, so including basic, advanced and dig deeper, but we'll let you know about those dates in the future. So we don't have any planned dates at the moment, but we are continuing to have our Wealth Consciousness classes online. So we've got one this weekend being hosted by Devaki in India, so that will include English, Arabic as well as French translation. And then next weekend is for Taiwan with Anne.
So that'll be
Chinese translation. Then in October we've got Japan, so Japanese translation. We've also got Greece coming up, which will offer not only English, Greek, and it'll also have German and also Hungarian translation. So we're really excited about that. And then of course we have Malaysia, and that'll also be English and Chinese translations. So they're just some of the classes that we've got coming up. We've got all the dates up on our website for the Wealth Consciousness classes that are coming up between now and the end of the year and early next year. We've also got You and the Creator online, which is on the 4th and the 5th of October. So that'll be an evening class here in Sydney. So it'll start at 4 o'clock and go till 10 o'clock each night. So anyone international that wants to join that class, there's also that option as well because of the flexibility in time. So yeah, thank you very much. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to inbox us, send us an email, and we'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you.
Good night.